Our attention has been drawn to the very disturbing incident that happened at Praco Extension, Abuja, where some agents of the Federal Capital Territory Authority, in a juxtaposed style, rolled out their bulldozers to demolish legitimate properties belonging to Ukachukwu on the order of the FCT Minister, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike. We have seen all the documents of acquisition, court judgments, orders, and evidence of ministerial approvals for the restoration of titles. It is quite disheartening that this unlawful and hateful act was executed without recourse to the rule of law or any valid court judgment. Interestingly, this land was acquired in the 90s and has clear history of legitimacy. Contrary to the claims of FCTA, the land was allocated Contrary to the claims of FCTA that the land was acquired in error to Praco International Limited and the Ukachukwu brothers, FCT authorities must be reminded that Nigerians are governed by rule of law. As such, should desist from anything that is inimical to the peace, unity, and progress of this country. We are miffed by the sheer audacity of the FCTA to unleash mayhem to a fellow Nigerian without any form of provocation. FCTA must be cautioned, and we call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to call FCTA to order. As law-abiding citizens, we want to use this opportunity to ensure that all Nigerians of goodwill intervene on this matter as a panacea for peace, equity, and justice. Government is a continuum. Other past FCT ministers were not ignorant of the law governing FCTA land acquisition. Therefore, it is instructive also to note that the Ukachukwu brothers are law-abiding citizens with national honors who acquired their wealth through dint of hard work and the unwavering commitment for excellence. And they have contributed immensely to peace, development, and overall well-being of the Federal Capital Territory. Sequel to the above, we demand as follows. 1. We demand immediate and unreserved apologies to the Ukachukwu brothers for labeling them land grabbers. Secondly, we demand that adequate compensation must be paid for the malicious and the unwarranted damages. Thirdly, that FCTA must desist from further unlawful encroachment of the said property forthwith. In conclusion, we must salute the courage and resilience of Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, for his renewed hope agenda and his tireless efforts in reshaping our economy for sustainable growth. In the same vein, we passionately appeal to Mr. President to graciously release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in order to strengthen our hands to do more as Nigerians. We reaffirm our loyalty and devotion to the leadership of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, ably led by the President General, His Excellency, Chief Engineer Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, OFR, MFR, CFR, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, for a peaceful, stable, and progressive Nigerian state that shall be the pride of every black man. Thank you.
Most of you Nigerians are aware that in the last 48 hours, the Igbo Community Assembly paid a courtesy call to our leader and our father, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyang, who is the national president of Ohanaeze worldwide, who is the national president of Ohanaeze worldwide. He advised us to put a hold on the planned protest for next week, which we have also done, pending his investigation and intervention. So thank you and God bless you.
In the FCT, we frown at the flagrant abuse of power as it relates to the demolition subject matter of this press conference. We believe that in a society that is governed by rule of law, it presupposes that the law rules and not the whims and caprices of individuals, no matter the capacity or the office the person is occupying. We as Ohanaeze youth, we are proud of Ndigbo. And just a few weeks ago, I stated it on air that for Nigeria to move forward, Nigeria needs Ndigbo. That there is dollar, there is scarcity everywhere is because the Igbo men are not allowed to do their trade freely. Because we are the only people that go out there and make this money and repatriate it back to Nigeria. An investment worth over 11 billion will just be demolished like that. And more than 2,000 jobs are lost. We say no to this kind of actions. And we call every authority that is concerned, that knows the best way to intervene in this situation, to do not hesitate, but act fast, to making sure that these issues are resolved, that young people like us will go back to their works, and that this country will continue to develop. That is all that we want to say. Thank you and God bless you.
Documents available to us, all necessary documents, all due processes were met. That is why we are miffed, why this malicious and act of hatred has to come from the Ministry of FCT. Based on due process, such a building to be demolished should be marked. It was not marked. That is why we termed it malicious and act of hatred. By the records, it was acquired in 1992 with all ministerial approvals. If nothing is done to restore and appease what has been done, we shall leave no stone unturned in ensuring that we are not undermined nor intimidated. They should restore, they should stop encroaching, they should do the needful in tandem with the law. This development here is worth 11 billion, and you can see for yourself what has happened here. Therefore, there is need for compensation after restoration. Chief Engineer Emmanuel Iwanyang's intervention is the reason why we are addressing the press and not marching on the streets in protest. And we are on standby. If this is not done, we shall leave no stone unturned to ensure that justice is met.